Welcome. This video will be a seated warm-up, and then we're going to do our prone and supine exercises. We're going to add a new one, which is a side plank. So you can sit on your chair. I want you to come to the edge of your chair. Maybe place a block in between your feet. Allow the hands to be resting in the lap. Notice your natural breathing. Begin to notice your body sensations. Notice the breath sensations. Where does the body move when you breathe? Feel that your breastbone is wide, your ears are right above the shoulders, your shoulders are right above the hips, the knees are right out from your center of your hips, and the ankles are right below the knees. So you're forming a 90-degree angle, thigh to calf to lower leg. And let's just begin our ocean breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, but with a constriction in the back of the throat. I'll do it one time with my mouth open, and then we'll breathe with our mouth closed. Inhale. And exhale. Now close the lips and do the same thing. And as you're doing that, imagine that diaphragm as you inhale. Pressing down, flattening out, allowing the belly to expand. The chest is expanding, the ribs are expanding and moving up. And then as you exhale, everything is releasing. And take it one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then continue that breath as I read a poem called Breath by Donna Folds. Breath, the mindful breath, the rhythm out and in, the wave that washes through our days, creating space for stillness, sorrow, joy, or exaltation. Full and then empty, ebb and flow. Breath accompanies each step into the unknown. In the breath, the soul finds an opportunity to speak. Images or intuition, poetry or wordless wisdom come and go. No effort but to breathe and listen. So we're going to do humming like a bee to start, and that is just making a humming sound with your lips closed gently, the tongue touching the upper palate behind the top teeth. And notice as you change your tone where you feel the vibrations. I find as I go higher, I feel it, my whole face is vibrating. As I go lower, it moves down into the body. So we're going to do it just 4 times and just continue when you're out of breath. Take an inhale, start again. Inhale. And then allow your breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Notice how you feel. Notice some tingling sensations, vibration, improved circulation, activation, humming like a bee. And you can do that more than just 4 times. We're going to do a couple of seated, or maybe 4 or so seated sun salutations, extending one leg at a time with a hum. So inhaling, those arms come up overhead. Really engage the belly, the Mula Bandha, as you're sitting here, pressing those feet into the floor. You could almost come off your chair. Extending that right leg forward as you exhale, humming, hum, allowing the body to round over, including the head, letting the head come lower than the heart. Inhaling as you reach back out. Exhaling as you bring that foot back in. Inhaling, other side. Exhaling, reach and hum. Inhaling, letting those arms come back overhead. Exhaling as you bring the feet back in. One more time on each side. Inhale, stretching that leg out long. Exhale as you hum, and as you're humming, and I want you to feel a stretch behind that thigh. Feel a stretch in your back. Feel a stretch in the neck. Allow the face to be soft. As you inhale, engage that belly, pressing the tailbone, the sit bones back into that chair as you come up. Exhaling as you bring those feet back together. Inhaling. Exhaling, hum. Humming allows all the air to get out of the lungs. Inhaling as you stretch back up. Exhale as you bring that foot back in. Inhaling as you bring those shoulders front, lifting up by the ears. Exhale as you take it back down. Inhaling front. Lift up, exhale back and down. Let's reverse that. Inhale back, lift up and front and down. Take it back, lift up and front and down. Okay. We're going to do a skull shining breath, because I want to make sure we do that in every video. We're going to take it up to 60 times. So remember what that is. You're taking a nice inhale, and then you're going to forcibly exhale through the nose as you forcibly pull that belly in towards your spine. But you're not making a sound. You're just, okay? We're going to do it 60 times. I'm going to raise a finger every time I've come to 10. Ready? Inhale. And go. Inhale, and then just rest. Notice how you feel. We are shining our frontal lobe of our brain. So we're going to move the chair out of the way. I'm going to place mine over here. And you're going to come carefully down to the floor using your chair as needed. So if you want to, there's a couple of ways I think I've demonstrated you can be on your chair, maybe have a block nearby, and kind of come down onto the knees if the knees are available to you. Or you can use that chair just to hold on to as you come down. Now we're going to do, this is not something we've done before. We're going to do a kneeling, a tabletop cat-cow. So it may be more comfortable for you to have a blanket and fold it so that it's nice padding for your knees. You're going to come with your knees there, your knees are hip distance apart, and your arms are right under the shoulders. Okay, so you're in a neutral spine right now. We're going to inhale, coming into that cow pose, sticking that tailbone up. This is the typical way of doing cat-cow. Exhale as you tuck that tailbone under, round that back, arch the back like an angry cat, including coming into that upper back, letting the head come along with it. Inhale, coming into cat. Exhale, into cow. That was cow, this is cat. Inhale, coming into cow. Lengthen, so you're feeling the body being pulled. Your tailbone is pulling away from the crown of your head. Exhale as you round. Inhale as you release. Exhale as you round one last time. And then inhale as you come into neutral spine. And then bring those knees out wide, bring the toes together, and sit back on your heels. Remember, you can put a block, you could put something to raise. Raise your heels up closer to your rear end. I want you to touch something as you come down into your extended child's pose. Allowing the forehead to come to the floor or to a block. Feeling the body breathing, feeling the belly expanding against the thighs as you inhale. Feeling the back expanding. And then experiment. You can reach your arms forward. You're feeling a long stretch of the back. You can also have the hands down by your heels. You're in your primary curve. This is the way you were sitting. They call it child's pose. This is, or infant, or embryo pose. The embryo pose has the knees closer together. You could stay here for as long as you'd like, and when you're ready, come back up carefully. And we're going to come and we're going to sit on our side. We're going to do a side plank pose. You may want to have a blanket under your elbow. You may want to have a blanket under your hips if you need some more padding, like I do. We're going to have our arm on the floor, and the knees are going to be bent. And all that's going to happen is as you inhale, you're going to lift those hips off the floor. And actually, you might want to bring your knees back. You're trying to get the knees in line with the hips, but they may not make it. And then inhale as you lift those hips. Exhale as you lower down. Now, when you first start, I'm going to pull my shirt out of the way so you can see. You may not even get off the floor. That's okay. We are working the side of the body. This is part of the core, your transverse abdominals. We're trying to get it all strong. Really feel that your shoulder blade, your shoulder blade is engaged. You don't want to hurt that shoulder down here. Really engage it. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale as you lift up, and then you can raise one arm overhead. And just stay here for a few breaths. Now eventually, this is going to come into a side plank where your legs are extended. You can have one leg in front of the other to start. And then as you get stronger, you have the legs on top. And as you really get stronger, if you don't have a problem with your wrists, you can come up into that plank pose. And breathe. And come down. Rest. And we're going to do that same thing on the other side. So carefully. You can either just turn with your back to me and do that. In fact, I recommend that, but I'm going to turn over to the other side. So again, you can have your knees bent or you can have them straight, depending. And you may find one side is stronger than the other. Really feel that shoulder blade is engaged, your back is engaged. And as you inhale, lift up the hips off the floor. Again, you can see one long line, shoulders to knees. And exhale as you lower down. Inhale. I haven't been doing these lately, I can tell. Exhale as you lower down. And again, if you're feeling stronger, you could have the legs extended. I'm noticing you want to have that elbow right under the shoulder. And then if you want to lift that other arm. Breathing, holding, and again, as you get stronger, you may want to have both feet on top of the other. And slowly come down. And then we're going to make our way down onto our backs. So you may want to move the blankets out of the way. As you come onto your back, I want you to make sure that you have your blocks and your blankets nearby and your strap, because you may need them. So we're going to come onto our back, carefully rolling onto the back. We're doing it the opposite order than we usually do in class. Again, you can have a block in between your feet if that helps keep you in alignment. You want your feet under your knees, or about under your knees, hip distance apart, the shoulders wide. Feel the shoulder blades engaged into the arms. Feel those hands on the floor, pressing the palms of the hands into the mat. And your low back is neutral, so a neutral spine. We're going to inhale as we raise our arms up overhead. Exhale as we lower down. Inhale as you raise the arms overhead. Exhale as you lower down. This time add the body, add the hips. Inhale as you lift those arms and the hips. Exhale as you lower it down. Inhale, lifting the arms and the hips. Squeezing the block. Maybe even want to have another block between your knees to work your inner thighs. Exhale as you lower back down. Inhale, and you can experiment taking your arms overhead, all the way overhead, maybe touching the floor, but maybe not making it all that way. Trying to get one line from your knees to your shoulders. And then exhale as you lower back down. Again, inhale, really tucking that pelvis as you lift the hips, using the buttocks muscles. Exhale as you reverse it down. And keep those hands where they are as you lift those hips up. And you may want to see if you can take your shoulder blades closer together. You may even be able to clasp your hands under your back, if you can see me, pressing into the floor, lifting the hips up. And I want you to hold this, whatever position you're in, for at least 2 breaths, maybe 4 breaths. Last inhale. And carefully release the arms and exhale as you lower down. And now taking that block from between your knees if you have it, taking one hand on top of each knee and just squeezing those knees into the chest, in your knees to chest position. And then inhale as you press them away. Exhale as you squeeze it in, squeezing up everything in that core. Inhale as you press that away. Exhale as you pull it in, elbows squeezing in, cutting off the circulation in your belly. Great for digestive issues. They also call this partially wind relieving pose. And you could do it one leg at a time. That is perfectly fine. And taking the other one in. And then rest. Just rest. Now I want you to take the block in between your knees and hold it. Take the arms out by the sides. So the palms can be, I like to do it facing down, or you could do it facing up, or you can have if shoulder mobility, or if it feels uncomfortable, you can have the arms out by the side, but a little bit in a diagonal. Actually, take the block out. You're going to inhale and exhale, lifting up the right leg. Inhale and exhale, lift up the left leg. And then put the block in between your knee. So we're going to inhale as we take those knees over to the right, keeping the head facing straight up. You're not turning your head. Exhale, only using the abdominal muscles, pulling those knees back to the center. Inhale as you take it to the left, trying to keep that shoulder on the floor. Exhale as you bring it back to the center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And you can continue to do that 2 to 4 more times. I'm going to show you. You can also do it with the feet on the floor. And I would get that other block out of the way. Exhale as you really use the belly. We're trying to work the core muscles, those deep abdominal muscles, the oblique abdominal muscles. This is working not the rectus abdominis, not those center ones, but the ones that come up the sides. And they're pretty deep. They're below everything else. They're below the rectus. This is not your six-pack. This is below the six-pack. And then rest. You can do it as many times as you want. That exercise is not going to hurt you. It's good for low back, bulging discs if you have that. That was what they gave me in physical therapy. And now I want you to take your right leg and cross it. Actually, let's do the left first. Left leg, cross the ankle over the knee if that's available to you. You may need some help with a strap. And take a nice inhale. Actually, what we want to do is use the strap under there. Take an inhale and press that knee away as you exhale. Stretching out. And inhale. And then exhale, pulling that knee into the chest. You're going to get a stretch on the outside of the hip and the buttocks, your gluteus, medius muscles, upper thigh. Just hold this stretch. Sometimes you can also just grab behind the thigh. You can grab behind the knee. Sometimes it might be helpful to just have the strap like that, pulling it closer to you. Lots of different options. Feeling that stretch. And then as you take your next exhale, allow that leg, keeping the knees crossed, but allow the foot to come back to the mat. And then take another inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to allow those knees to float over towards the right, keeping the left shoulder on the floor. Now this time, you are welcome to turn your head over to the left. Now your body, your knee we want this to be a relaxing position. It's a twist. Your body may not make it all the way over there so that you can fully rest. So put something underneath, even if you have a pillow at home. And then just rest, you're going to be feeling a stretch all along the side of your left side of the body. IT band on the left shoulder is going to open up. Just breathe. Notice where the breath is flowing. Notice where you feel movement. Letting go. Feel free to hold this as long as you like. And then when you're ready, on an inhale, just take those knees back to the center and uncross. And it might feel good to take one bridge pose in between sides just to kind of work out your low back. Bridge pose is excellent for low back disc problems. Not so much if you have spondylolisthesis or something like that. So know your own comfort, know your own body, what is good for you or not. So we're going to take the right ankle, cross it over the left knee. Just hang out here for a little bit, maybe opening that thigh. You might feel it in the hip flexor area. And then when you're ready, see if you can grab behind the left thigh or use your strap. And pull that left leg in towards your chest, feeling that stretch on the outer hip, the buttocks. And these stretches should be held or breathed into for at least 30 minutes if it feels good. So you can either take your hands on your hamstring, or if it's available, you can take it on the shin, or the same thing with the strap, however it feels good to you. I feel a little bit more stretch when I have it on the outside. I'm going to show you one thing on this side that I didn't do on the other, but as you're doing this homework over and over again, one thing to help you if you get bored stretching like I do. I don't enjoy stretching for whatever reason. You can kind of do a moving meditation in this stretch. You can inhale as you extend that leg up, and exhale as you lower it down. Kind of gives you something to do as you're stretching. And inhale. And exhale. Allow that left foot to come to the floor and prepare yourself to float over into a spinal twist on the opposite side. I'm going to take my other blanket. I'm going to inhale here and center, and as I exhale, I'm going to let that leg cross over. Now, you can take this spinal twist without the crossed leg. It's just as nice. You feel a little bit more stretch with the crossed leg. And then turn your head to look over the opposite shoulder. So whatever direction your knees are going, turn your head the opposite direction. And try to have something that your feet can rest on. It allows you to relax more. You'll find you have one side that's different than the other. Breathe. Feeling that stretch on that whole right side, making sure the right shoulder is on the floor. And when you're ready, on your inhale, bringing those legs back to center. Exhale as you bring that foot back down. And then inhale as you, let's just take one more bridge pose. Exhale as you lower those hips down. And then extend the legs long. We're going to come into our final relaxation. Allow the palms to face up. Your legs can be as wide as your mat, and allow those thighs to open up and let the feet flop open to the side. Relax your jaw. Find something to focus on if you want to keep your eyes open, otherwise close your eyes. And I'm going to get up as I talk you through your final relaxation, but stay in your position on your back in your final relaxation pose, or as it's called, Shavasana. Allowing your jaw to be soft. Let your mouth release. Allow the breath to be the normal, just breathe, the way you breathe when you're not thinking about breathing. Your natural breath. Your belly is soft. Your shoulders are fully supported by the floor, whatever surface you're resting on. Feeling the backs of the hips, the backs of the legs, the heel of the foot. Releasing all the tension in your toes. You have done your work for the day and you just are here to rest. Resting with ease. And as you take your next in-breath, allow it to be slightly longer than the previous breath. And as you gently exhale, begin to bring movement into your fingers, closing the fingers towards the palm of your hands. And opening them up again as you inhale, wiggling your toes. Gently blinking open your eyes, and when you're ready, roll over onto whatever side will have you face the device you're watching, coming into your fetal position. And hold that position, stay there, breathe, come back to your wide awake state for a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, I want you to take a seat in a comfortable position, and we're going to end the practice with alternate nostril breathing. So allow your right hand to come up towards the nose, placing the thumb on the base of the right nostril and the ring finger at the base of the left nostril. And we're going to be breathing through one nostril at a time. But to begin, just gently valve both nostrils and inhale a nice, slow breath through both nostrils. Without force, just inhale, unless you have a cold and need to force it. And then close the right and exhale through the left. Nice and slow and even. And then inhale through the left, keeping the right nostril closed. Closing the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the right, exhale through the left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left, nice and slow. Closing left, exhale right. Inhale right. Closing right, exhale left. We're going to do one more round. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left as slowly as you can, and rest your hands in your lap when you're done. Take a moment to notice what you're experiencing now. What's calling to your attention? Notice your natural breath. Soft. Place the palms together, rest the thumbs at your sternum. Take a gentle breath in. And then as you exhale, let's take a gentle bow. Out of respect and honor for one another, and really feel gratitude to yourself for doing your yoga practice today. Namaste. We'll see you next class.